People on the internet have no accountability to give two rats asses about how they impact you negatively or positively in your life. Most of these people on the internet care about how you can benefit them. And these people are getting their formative years shaped by these people on the internet. You're accountable for your actions, accountable for what you said and what you did. Which naturally, when people are held accountable, a great community can form. When people are not held accountable, then you're going to get a bunch of bullshit. Plain and simple. You're going to get a bunch of bad stuff. You're going to get a bunch of people who are manipulating. You're going to get a bunch of people who have ill intentions. You're going to get a bunch of perverts. You're going to get a bunch of people who do not respect the others. You're going to get a bunch of people who do not respect themselves. You're going to get a bunch of people who all around you do not want to be around because they create an environment that is not an enjoyable environment. Plain and simple. And it's become so normal because the internet has become this place where there's no accountability. You know what I'm saying? The internet has vastly become this place where there's no accountability. Everyone has a burner account, has a side account where they go and they post toxic stuff is glorified. You know, everyone loves being toxic now because it's the easy way to be. So toxicity is glorified, and so then you have these people who just run around and they don't know accountability from day one. They're raised by the internet. A lot of people nowadays, they're raised by the internet. They don't have these interactions. They're not policed by the community, by their real life community. It's like, dude, the last thing you want is someone's formative years. You know what I'm saying? The formative teenage years, bro, to be formed from people on the internet, bro. People on the internet have no accountability to give two rats about how they impact you negatively or positively in your life. Most of these people on the internet care about how you can benefit them. And these people are getting their formative years shaped by these people on the internet who don't give two rats about them, bro. And then they just perpetuate the cycle further onto the next group. It's just a shit show, bro, how we got here, bro. It is a complete and utter shit. What I'd be going to say, but there's no level of respect a lot of time for the people you play with. Correct. Exactly. See, I said that before I even read that. But it's the truth. It's the truth, dude. Like these people online, in large part, do not care about how negatively they may impact you. You know what I'm saying? This is why you get people who are so crazily perverted or crazily pretty much like damn near sexually harass or sexually assault you with the shit they say or shit they promote towards you or whatnot. They do not care, bro. They do not care. They do not care if they're impacting you negatively. They care of how they can manipulate you. They care of getting you to do what they want you to do. That's the truth about the vast majority of these people on the internet, especially people with a whole bunch of fucking burner accounts, bro. The only reason why you have a bunch of burner accounts is because you're doing shit that you don't want pinned back on yourself. If you're doing shit that you don't want pinned back on yourself, then you know you're doing something that is probably morally wrong or that can get you into trouble or that can, otherwise create a scenario where you are not acceptable or accepted within the community. Ain't fucking rocket science, bro. Ain't rocket science. And so you have a whole group of individuals, a whole generation, a whole society that's shaped in their formative years by people who do not give two shits about what they do, bro. You got a whole bunch of people like do like think about during like the OF, like the OF movement, right? Like think about that. Like that's a prime example. And by all means, dude, get your bag however you want to get it. Of course, do what you do, no judgment, whatever. Personally, if you're an OF person, you're not for me, but that's fine. That's just my personal preference. I personally am not into someone who would be doing something like that. That's just not me. That's just me personally. But by all means, do what you gotta do, get your back. But for instance, like the OF movement, dude, like it's like people would target these young, people who are just turning 18, right? And like these people spend all the time on the internet. Like these young girls, young guys, of course, primarily girls, right? And of course, these girls are like, oh, well, should I start OF? Or like the whole time, maybe pretty much are constantly getting fed in their ear, right? By some perverted, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year old that's like, oh yeah, you'd be great at OF. You should make an OF. You should make an OF. Yeah, yeah. You should make a, yeah, yeah. I'll definitely support you. Get that OF. Oh, you're so gorgeous. You're beautiful. Make an OF. Make an OF. Not understanding or realizing how negative of an impact that making this OF is actually going to have on their life down the long run. Because let's face it, 99.9% of the people who make an OF, who have OFs, aren't freaking these super rich millionaires, like they advertise on TV, right? But they're being fed this by people who do not give two shits about how they mess up their life or how they ruin their life. They're being fed this by people on the internet who do not give two shits about. They only care about how they can benefit off of what you're doing. And they can benefit very gratefully by you going on OF and getting naked for them. Like I said, do what you gotta do nothing against people who, constantly makes this decision and do what you gotta do, get your bag, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I'm just saying that this is something that happens. There's people on the internet for the most part do not give a shit, bro, about your well-being. That's just the fact of the matter, dude. I was raised on the internet and I agree, yeah. Exactly. You gotta sift through the shit to find the few actual decent people. Exactly. And you really have to sift through them. Because the shitheads are a dime a dozen on the internet. Like I said, that's largely simply because toxicity is glorified in today's community, in today's society. It's glorified, so it makes it real easy for people to be that type of person, and no one checks them. No one, puts a stop to it, right? So these people just go and they spread that nonsense to other people. Right. The amount of time I see the OF stuff coming to bite someone that ass later on, it's literally like 90% of the time, dude. It comes to bite them in their booty. Like literally, bro. And the fact of the matter is that in most of these scenarios, the vast majority of them, if these people would have just been surrounded around people who actually gave a shit about their well-being, who actually cared, who weren't trying to manipulate them into their own benefits, their own gain, then they wouldn't have never even done it in the first place. They would have never made it in the first place. But a lot of times these people are raised by the internet and they don't know no better. They think that these people, care about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, only trust someone as far as you can through a screen. Or you can't really... you can't really, especially, if it's not even face to face, it's like only just someone as far as you can in that regard, especially on life-changing decisions. Like it's sad, dude. It's sad. And then it's crazy because the media even enables it too, bro. Because obviously the media knows that they can make money off of it. The media is no better. Obviously the media fuels this. You know what I'm saying? The media cares about how they can make money. And the fact of the matter is that the media can make money off of it. It's like the same way as like the music. You know what I'm saying? The music that we have nowadays, especially like in the rap community, bro, most of that music is just dumbs you down, bro. It's just dumbing down music, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of that music just promotes you to ruin your life, bro. That's just facts. That's coming from someone who loves music. Who has spent a life in music and producing music and making music, working with musical artists, performing live. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact of the matter. But it makes money. And all they care about them dollar signs. They don't give two rats ass about how negatively this is going to impact you or your family or your generation or your kids or your kids' kids or your kids' kids' kids. They don't give a shit about that as long as you put money in their pockets, bro. It's up to you as an individual to figure that shit out. Hard to figure that out, though, when you have the internet that's constantly telling you this and that. And they don't actually care. And exactly. You need a solid friend group to keep you grounded, dude. Precisely. Spike to content.